Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer and today I'm Gamesplaining the Climbers. So it's been a year since I did my original Gamesplanation for the Climbers. What do I think of it? Do I still like it? Have I even played it? Well, you'll be happy to hear that I have played this. I've played this 8 or 9 times since I did that Gamesplanation. This is one of those games that keeps getting played. I think that it keeps getting played because it's a relatively easy game to play, but also that I've got a lot of really easy games to play. This is one it feels different on the table, it looks different on the table, and there's a different way of thinking. I found that depending on who I'm playing, that sometimes someone will be in that space of they just know the way to go to get to the top quickest and to hold the highest ground. Whereas sometimes you're playing against people that are just kind of like, oh, I'll just do something, and they don't quite think it through. There's so much going on with this game. It's a really simple game. It is a simple game to move through and move forward on. But the actual action of it is different enough every time to make it a bit of a crunch. And you get to that point at the end of the game, I think I might have said this before, you get to the point at the end of the game where you're moving things around to stop the person who's at the top from maintaining that position. So sometimes you might actually move something to help another player because you know you can't get there, you just don't want the game to finish. And I find that that's actually the testament to a really good game, is one that you actually don't want to finish. It's not, oh, I can't get to the top, that person's at the top, so we'll just let it finish, we'll let them win. It's, they're at the top, if one of us doesn't move, they're going to win. What can I do to make it possible for you to move up if I can't? So if I'm stuck in the spot, and then that person moves up and they might be able to do something to help you out. Or you might find that you then start going against that person because they're now at the top and you're working with the other person. This game, it almost feels like it is a king-making game because you end up working against the one person's at the top, but that person's going to change relatively quickly. I find that's a really cool way to go. The one thing that bugs me a little bit with this game is that the colours of blocks. So just to kind of draw back a little bit, if you haven't watched the Gameplay Gamesplanation, you're taking one block and putting it down to be able to move your climber or your little meeple up a spot. And if the block is above the meeple's head, then he can't do that. He'd need to use a ladder to get there. But the blocks that you move, you're putting them so that you can step that half block up, half block up, half block up as a general rule. And what I find is that the opposite sides of each block are the same colours. So opposite the purple is the greenish one. Opposite yellow is the red. Opposite pink is beige. Now beige can be used by everyone. So what that means is that the pink player is always going to have the same sides as the beige side, which means that because there are some pieces that are flat and can go on their end or can go flat, it means that the pink player is at a distinct disadvantage against the other players simply because of being opposite the beige side. It's just the one thing that really bugs me is that they're exact opposites. I don't know the nature of that, if there's a way to actually make it equally balanced with changing the sides, changing the person's opposite. Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to balance it. I'm sure there is. I'm sure this is a thought process that the designers went through when they were putting the game together, but it's the one thing that annoys me a little bit. So if I'm ever playing with 4 or more people, I will say no one play pink, just because it puts them at a different level of advantage or disadvantage, I guess, to everyone else, simply because they're opposite the beige, which everyone could use anyway. I think I really like this game. I think this is a game that deserves to be played a lot and deserves to be known by people who play games and really regularly. It is a game that I struggled to find originally. I haven't seen it on the shelf that often, mostly because it's a really heavy box. All those blocks are made of wood. That box is full of wood, and so the weight of it is quite heavy, which means I've got to assume that the shipping will be quite expensive, so most people won't stock it. So in Australia, it's really hard to find. If you do see it on the shelf, just buy it. just buy it. It's really simple. If you haven't seen my gameplay or Gamesplanation, please go ahead and watch them. If you have, that's awesome. Please keep supporting. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be Gamesplaned, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games that I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.